Hey everybody, and welcome back here to part 2 for my review of Bandai's Master Grade Duel Gundam with Assault Shroud. And what I thought I would do first is show the different weapons that the kit comes with as far as getting them attached to the kit, and then we can take a look at assembling the Assault Shroud. So the first thing I thought I would show off is the shield that comes with the Duel. As far as I'm aware, it's basically identical to that of the like the Strike, and to get it installed, there's a hole right there on the back of the arm, and you just peg it in right there, flip it around, and now he's got a really nice shield to go with him. And now for hooking up either the beam rifle or the bazooka, I just like to take the hand off because these hands, again, I think these hands are somewhat ridiculous, but that's just my opinion. Pop it out, and I already have the trigger finger on, and with the beam rifle here, there's just a little hole in the handle, and you slide the groove in there like so. Now that I say that, it doesn't want to go. Always fighting me. There it goes. And I mean, once it's in there, it's in there. It's got a really nice, good fit. But you can take it and slide it around, pop it back in the hand, and I mean, the hand looks really nice on there. And then you can have your Duel pose like that if you want. And I think it looks really nice. The beam rifle has a lot of really nice detail to it. This little missile or whatever, it works a little bit differently. I think I've seen other designs where this thing actually can bend down and then pop off, but this one actually just pegs in place, so not a whole lot of articulation there. One point though that I kind of liked is up here, if you want to, you can take this flap off and reattach it up here, and it's going to act as like a cover for the lens there on the beam rifle. If you wanted to do that, I thought that was kind of cool. Now next we can do the bazooka, and it's basically same thing. Get the hand off, and I don't know if it's on everybody's or just mine, but when trying to do this before, no, maybe it was just me. This was kind of loose, but now it seems to be fitting pretty well, so I don't know. But same thing, we'll just pop that back in. Nope, yep, see, look there, it fell out. I'm not sure if the hole in the handle is just a little too big for it. I might actually have trouble getting it to pose with this one. Oh, hands, how I hate you. So you know what, let's just try it like this way, since this is going to fight me. What if I just slide it in there? Maybe that'll hold it for a few seconds. Alright, and now you can have them, if you want, displayed with the bazooka. Get the camera up a little higher there. And again, it looks really nice. I mean, they did a lot of detail on this kit, and I mean, it really shows. I think they put a lot of time into it, and it looks really nice. So the last thing, let me get this off, is the beam saber, and there's really nothing too spectacular about them. It's just a basic beam saber. They just peg in up here, and you just take your beam, and you do get two of these, so if you want to have them holding both of them at the same time, you can certainly do that, and it would look pretty cool. So that's just about it for how you can pose the weapons that it normally comes with as the regular Duel. So now let's take a look at the Assault Shroud, which I really like on this kit. And that's how I'm going to have mine displayed, even though the Duel looks really nice the way it is. With the Assault Shroud, I guess I'll start maybe here from the feet and just work my way up. So this is the ankle and I guess calf armor that comes with the kit. And one of the features I really appreciated about it is they actually give you an inner frame for this part. You get a little bit of articulation on this flap right here, but not a whole lot. And then on this piece, this little vent thruster thing can slide out there a little bit. And then if you were going to paint it, you could paint that vent in there like a dark gray color, and it would look kind of cool. So to get this on, first you have to attach this guy, and he doesn't actually really attach, he just kind of, you just fill like a groove where he's supposed to slide in, and you hold it in there. And then when you put this piece on, it holds it in place. We can do the same one for the other piece. Alrighty. And there's his legs. Moving up from the legs, next I believe is the skirt armor. Now this isn't so much a complaint really as it kind of is a little source of frustration, and that is the back armor goes on easy enough. This is just one solid piece, and there's these holes here and here, and this guy just slides into those holes, and it fits in very snugly, very securely, and it looks nice. I mean, I like it. That part's nice. The front part is the part that I don't like. Again, they do give you some inner detail, and this looks nice. You have the same kind of pegs right in here that are supposed to slide into the holes right here. My problem with it, though, is that these pieces move. So when you're trying to get this thing lined up, it can be a little bit challenging. And what usually ends up happening is I'll get it to stick on, and then at some point it just will like randomly pop off. So, like right now it feels secure, but I'm pretty sure at some point it will just pop off. I think it's because the way the stuff moves, you can get one side in pretty easily, but then once you try to fit the second piece in, it doesn't want to go. And I'm just going to call that okay. It's going to pop off again, I know, but for the sake of the time of the video, we'll keep moving. Up next, we can do the, let's start with the arms. So you get these two pieces that are going to slide over the arms. And actually this piece just pops on the back. And you can see that they have a hole in them, so you can still use the shield if you want. And then once you get this guy installed, the instructions actually ask you to pull the hand off before you slide this piece on, but if you work it just right, you can get it on there without having to pop the hand off. So there's one arm. Yep, see there, it came off again. And we'll get the second arm. One cool thing I kind of thought about this armor anyways is it really, haha, look at that, when I pulled it off, the shoulder armor came off in it last time. Nice. One thing about this that I kind of liked is the fact when you're building it, it's kind of reminiscent a little bit of putting Nodley and Virtue together. It kind of makes you, I don't know, bring back some of the old memories. So, anyways, there's his, I guess, forearm armor. And we'll do the chest next. The chest piece, I think, is pretty cool. It does have some articulation to it. This panel can pop open, and this piece can come down, and then that would show off the cockpit hatch there. So this guy is pretty simple. You just pop him on, like so. Easy enough. And then we can take a look at the backpack real quick, since that's also pretty easy. The backpack is basically these two pieces. One slides on the top and one slides on the bottom. One thing I noticed that when I paint this guy, and other people probably will paint him before me, they'll be kind of annoyed, is this piece, if you can see these pieces right here, they actually slide in between the top vents here, which means when you have this painted, if you're not careful, you're probably going to end up scratching that. And that is held in by friction, so you are almost more than likely going to scratch that paint. This is the bottom part for the backpack, and it has a little bit of articulation here, a couple of thrusters in there, and again, just a lot of really nice detail. And this guy, I can remember how to get this, goes up a little higher, that's why. There we go, pops in like that. And then if you want to, it's almost like a tail binder, I guess, but it doesn't really go up high enough. But once it's done, you see now he's got, I think, total 6 more thrusters there on the backpack. So again, a lot of really nice detail in there. These grooves in here look really nice. And yeah, it just keeps getting better and better. Next, actually, before we put the shoulders on, there are 2 pieces of armor that go on right here. One goes here, the other one goes here, and they attach with these little pegs here. And this is what they look like. And you can just kind of lay them down in there and pop them on like so. And we'll get the other one on here. And like so. So you can see he's really adding up the layers there of armor, and I mean, it just looks really cool, I think. So lastly, we can take a look at the shoulders. And the shoulders, each shoulder is different. For his left shoulder, we get the missile launcher. And it has this flap right here that opens up, and showing 5 missiles in there. And they actually did these the same way that they did the Master Grade Heavy Arms. These missiles are all on one plate, so you can paint that whatever color you want. Although I think they were orange, so it'll be easy to paint them though when you're going to do that. And to get this guy on, he's got the grooves up here through the shoulders. And you just slide these pieces through those, and it has a plate over here. This one doesn't actually do anything, it kind of balances out, I guess, the front side. And you can clip that on like so, and there's one, and the front skirt's coming off again. The last one over here, you start off with just these 2 pieces that you slide on. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. Yes, he does get a little back heavy, but once you get a beam rifle in his hand, I think he'll be fine. So those 2 pieces will pop on like that. And then we have the, I believe it's a railgun that sits on his top shoulder. And actually, one thing, let me show you this here before I put it on. A really cool feature on this that I never actually saw him do in the anime is you can pop this off, and then you can slide a handle down. And now he can hold the railgun like a rifle, and it even has the grooves in there for the hand. So I thought that was kind of a cool little added feature. I mean, I'll probably never do that on mine, but it's kind of neat if you want to do that. And then that just pops in right there on top. And let me see if I can actually get him to stand up straight. And get the front armor back on. I think it's really not even going in the grooves. That's why it keeps popping off. But anyways, there he is in his glory. The Master Grade Duel with the Assault Shroud. And it looks really nice. Some of the detail on the kit does get covered up by the Shroud, but overall it looks very nice. And I'm about to give up on this thing. I think I'll just leave that off. I don't know. But anyways, there he is. So overall, it looks really nice, and I'm definitely pleased with the design of the kit. Alright, and I think that's going to do it for my review for the Master Grade Duel Gundam. Final thoughts on this kit. It completely exceeded all of my expectations. I couldn't have been happier as far as what we got out of the kit, especially the amount of detail and the amount of posability that the Duel has by itself. Now, obviously, once you put the Assault Shroud armor on there, you are going to be losing some of that posability, but the design of the suit, I think, more than makes up for that. So certainly don't let that be a hindrance. The skirt armor in the front, if you can get it attached correctly, it's not going to be a problem. I just didn't want to really sit there and fiddle with it for as long as I would have needed to. The weapons that you get with the kit, the additional bazooka, the ability to turn this guy into a handgun if you want, and I mean you could even have him wielding both of these in each hand if you wanted to, since he has the option to do each. You could even have him holding both of his beam sabers at the same time, since they both have their own blade. So ultimately, if you were on the fence about this kit, get off of it and buy it. If you want to buy it, you should get it as soon as you can, because you will be very pleased when you've got it all done. So it's been a treat. I really enjoyed this kit. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.